What is happening? Welcome to my channel. My name is Matt Bradford. Turn that off. Today we are going to. I'm going to give you some licks for lap steel. All the lesson stuff, right? The lesson materials, the backing tracks. There's going to be some backing tracks. They're all going to be on Patreon. Link is in the description below. It's $5 a month. It's how I'm trying to. It's not working yet, but it's how I'm trying to fund this. So, you know, if you're into this, if you want to keep learning, if you $5 a month, man, it's cheaper than any lesson you're going to be getting. So, yeah. And also, you know, hit me up. We can maybe do a private and what. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make a living. The other part of making a living, obviously, is I usually say that I build these for myself. They're not for sale. Well, some of them are getting for sale. This one's for sale, and let me go through that. Okay, look, I'm going to do some talking. The talking stuff is important. If you want to skip the talking, the first lick is going to be here. But just stick with me for a little bit. I promise it's probably going to be worth it. I don't know if I comb my beard today. Maybe I look insane. So, check it out. My most popular video right now on YouTube, 26,000-ish views, is which lap steel should you buy? The second most popular video is tone bars. The second, I'm saying that again because it's ridiculous. The second most popular video of all the videos I've done, the second most popular video is tone bars. And then, probably the least popular video, I kind of knew it was going to be like this, but like it does serve a point. Learning by ear, which is the most important thing. We're playing music. Music is something that you listen to. So I'm going to give you some licks and I'm going to show you how to move them around. But like the reality is this, is that there's so many licks out there if you can just learn by ear. The intro to Soul Shine, right? What a great Allman Brothers song. Right? I mean, you can sit down and learn that so fast if you just learn by ear, and then you can move it around. You can play the different, right? Play it there, or play it up here. Right? Move it all over the place. Iconic intro. It's also following some chord changes. There's going to be so much of this stuff, but the point is this. Is that when I look at this and it says the most popular video is which lap steel should you buy? Yeah, that's important. You should have an instrument that that you find inspiring. And if you watch that video, the real takeaway is define your budget, find the instrument in your budget that inspires you, and I go through some different budgets. Tone bars for everyone. Look, obviously, people are very interested, but get a bar. I've never listened to a record and been like, that dude's bar, if only he was using a Shub SP3. Or, oh, that lapdog isn't doing it. I wish he was using a Beard 2010 stainless. It's not the thing. The thing is learning by ear, hearing what you're hearing, and then playing it. And I realize that, like, I'm yelling at you, and that's just what it is. But, like, okay, I was talking to this guy. And he said to me, it's a very flattering question. He said, how do I learn to play like you? It's a great question. I love it. I mean, I was very flattered. I think that's a lovely thing. And I started to explain it, and I was like, look, man, it's all about, like, you know, like understanding what the chord changes are and then playing the notes that are in the changes. And he was like, yeah, but I just want to play fast. All right, if you just want to play fast, just turn on a metronome and practice. Like, it's not, you know, find 5 notes and practice that with a metronome. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because playing music to me, how loud am I? Am I loud? I'm okay. Playing music to me is about interacting with what's happening. And I 100% have licks that I just default to, but that's not a thing. The coolest thing to me is playing with the changes. So, let's get into some licks. But I have 3 different backing tracks pulled up here at 3 different tempos because the notes are the least important thing. All right, so let me pull up. I've got two scales here. I've got, let's see how we're gonna get in here. I don't practice these. I don't lay them out. I just sort of hit record and start going. So we'll see what happens. Check this out. Let's start. I have the minor pentatonic scale, and then I have the minor scale. And even it says flat 3. Unless I'm doing something fancy, I'm gonna just say 3. Unless I say that I'm going from the flat 3 to the 3, which is a cool move, by the way. This is a flat 3 to a 3 to a 1. We hear it all the time in blues. I don't know. I don't need all that extra. No swearing. Okay. So look. Let's start with something really simple. This is a 5 flat 3 1. Everybody's heard that a million times. It's a great blues lick. So that's 5 on the 12th fret, flat 3 on the 11th fret, and then 1. Just that is a great lick. But I can play it different ways. I have that right now. I'm playing that 5 long, the flat 3 is short, and then yeah. But we could go make the 5 short and the 3 longer, right? Or those are 2 different licks, same 3 notes. Okay. That's another lick, same 3 notes. Right? 5 5 3 1 5 3 1. Well, I can do it down here also. Right? So this is one of the first takeaways, just this one lick. I'm already yelling. This one lick. Depending on, it works everywhere. 5, flat 3 1. Sounds different in both places. I can change where I'm accenting it. Right? Move it all around. The more I know where my notes are, the more I know where my next note is. And this is the first lesson with these licks is that the 5 3 1 is great. But if I'm going to, let me see, does this have a, I haven't actually listened to these. Okay. So that's going to a 4 chord right there. So check it out. So I can do this. But when it goes to the 4, I should move that lick. Instead of the 1 of the 1 chord, go to the 1 of the 4 chord, which is the 4. And this is my point of, like, learning fast licks is great, but knowing where to go is going to make you sound better, and it's going to help you express yourself. So again, we're using our ear to hear that 4 chord coming. Check it out. This is a 1. Okay? This is a 1 again. Here comes that 4. Okay. I took that same lick. I did 2 things. Number 1, I may have hit it twice, but I'm taking that same lick for the 4 chord. So instead of, I'm moving it up to the, it's the same exact lick, but now I'm going, instead of 5 3 1, I'm going 5 3 1 of the 4 chord, which is 4. This is going to help me play the changes. I'm taking that lick and I'm adapting it. Okay, that's number 1. Then number 2, I'm taking the same lick, but now I'm playing it on the 4 chord. So I'm playing the 5 of the 4 chord, then the 5 of the 1, the 3 of the 4 chord, right? And then the 1 of the 4 chord. So I can go, come on, right? And then go back to the 1 chord. And I'm starting to work through my changes. So the licks, even though they are licks, they're starting to get connected. Now here's the other thing. Understanding how the lick works. Pardon me. Understanding how the lick works. So 5, 3, 1 of the chord. Let's go back and let's look at our scale. And so look, there's all these chords in there. Here's your 1 chord. Here's your 2 chord. Here's your 3 chord. Here's your 4 chord. Here's your 5 chord. Here's your 6 chord. Here's your 7 chord. And we're back to our 1 chord, right? This is where it starts. Now, knowing that we're playing 5, 3, 1, we're not even getting away from that yet. I'm going to get other licks. I promise. This is probably going to end up being a long video. But 5, 3, 1. Okay? I can do it down here. But let's do it lower. Right? 5, 3, 1. Now, I'm going to do the 5, 3, 1 of the 2 chord, which is 6, 4, 2. So look at it, right? I'm going 5, 3, 1. Now, if every number goes up 1, 6, 4, 2, that's in minor. So some of this stuff isn't going to sound bluesy in minor, and we'll start talking about altering that as well, but, right? Close. Then, the terror's here. Yeah, we hear you, buddy. Come here. Or don't. I lost my pick. Okay, so 5, 3, 1 of the 1 chord, right? 5, 3, 1 of the 2 chord. 5, 3, 1 of the 3 chord. 5, 3, 1 of the 4 chord. 5, 3, 1 of the 5 chord. 5, 3, 1 of the 6 chord. 5, 3, 1 of the 7 chord. I've taken this one lick. We have so many variations on it right away because the reality is that the notes are the least important part. Okay? If I take this lick and I put it, what's this one? You may not agree with me, but I think that that's a way more interesting way. Those 3 notes is a way more interesting way to play over that progression than like... Like, I'm already bored. Give me something that grooves. Give me something that feels good. Give me something that I can latch onto, and then I can add a little fast stuff around it to make it cool and to build momentum. But the trick is that first thing, right, is that 1 lick. And then if it goes to a 4 chord, I can get that, right? So yeah. I'm doing it in a different place, right? I could do it here. So that's a 1, 6, 4, right? Knowing all the different ways to do it, that's gonna show me more than, and I'm still yelling. I'm gonna yell forever. This is the stuff that's important, okay? You wanna go learn a lick, go, dude, I guarantee there's people out there, probably Troy and Mike and those guys, they're gonna just show you a bunch of licks. And that's not to be derogatory towards them. They are incredible players. But I promise you that when they're looking at how to play, they're hearing the changes, and that's what makes them incredible players. So understanding the notes I'm playing, knowing that this lick, the only one we've talked about for the first 15 minutes of this video, is so mobile and so movable, okay? Now, check it out. Before we even add anything else, one more trick is this. The top string, we've only been talking about these middle 3 strings, right? 2, 3, 4. Your top string has the same notes as your fourth string. So, you can just add the top note. Right? Or both of those also work. So we've taken this one lick and we're starting to extract other stuff. Or it's the same lick, but I've just inverted that one bottom note to the top. It's in the same spot at the end, right? All right, I'm yelling. Camera's overheating. Check it out. That's where we're starting. So I want you to pause it here. Pause it here. Take one of the backing tracks and just use these 3 notes over each chord, right? So if you don't know what the chords are, I want you to listen and find them. They're all in the key of D. So use them over each chord and find... I added an extra note. That's all right. And then go back. Probably a 5 chord. Oh, down there. Okay. So that 5 chord, I gotta go down to the 4 at the end of it. Right? Otherwise it doesn't work because that's that 5 chord. It's going down to the 4 chord during that lick. So I'm altering the lick. The 5 of the 5 chord. Oh, okay. If we get enough subscribers, I'll be able to afford a camera that doesn't overheat every 15 minutes. Let me just finish the thought with this, which is I think we were there, but just in case we weren't. The last, some coffee on my guitar here. The last the 5 chord, at the end of that change, it goes down to the 4 chord. Right, so I'm doing the 5 of the 5 chord, which is a 2. Then the 3 of the 5 chord, which is a flat 7. And then the 1 of the 4 chord, so I'm going 5, 3, 1, but I'm changing the lick. See, we have the lick, but the lick has to be altered to fit into the chord changes. So, same lick, right? Oh! I'm adding a little extra, but check it out. Oh, yeah! All right, so now, I know I haven't explained it in this video. If you're confused about the numbers, really quick, notes in the 1 chord, you can probably deduce it from the diagram, but just in case, notes in the 1 chord, 1, 3, 5. Notes in the 2 chord, 2, 4, 6. This is in a minor scale. The 6 is flat, so is the 3, and so is the 7. That's based off of a major scale. If you don't understand that, don't worry. I have videos about it, and we'll cover it more in depth at some point. But notes in a 1 chord, 1, 3, 5. Notes in a 2 chord, 2, 4, 6. Notes in a 3 chord, 3, 5, 7. Notes in a 4 chord, 4, 6, 1. Notes in a 5 chord, 5, 7, 2. 6 chord, 6, 1, 3. And a 7 chord is 7, 2, 4. Okay? So, all that being said, when I'm saying the 5 of the whatever, you can see it laid out on these strings. It's telling you the 5 of the 5 chord is right here. It's the 2. Okay. So now, we've got this one lick and we're moving it all over the place and we're altering it. So, let's just say that we learn another lick. Check this out. This is going to be around our 1 chord again. And I'm going to go flat 7, 1, flat 3, 1. Okay, we've heard that a million times. If you want to get fancy, you can then add the 1 on top. Or just go up to the top. Either one works. It's all the same lick. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we can't just learn the lick. We learn all these variations, and all of a sudden you have this thing where you can use that lick twice. I had a teacher once who used to yell at us. He was Austrian, and he would just like, oh, that's my Austrian accent. Oh, milk that cow till the cows come home. And it's like, that doesn't make sense, but I understood what he was saying, right? Play the lick until it's people are sick of it. So is it this one? Okay. Right? That same lick. Let's do it again. Oh, then we'll go back to the old one. Okay. And if you're like, Matt, what are those things that are going on in between? I'm literally just playing some of the notes from the scale. In this case, the minor pentatonic scale. I will play notes around the chords from the minor scale, and then I will use connectors from the minor pentatonic scale for the most part. And again, I'll switch in and out, and I'm not thinking of it like that at this point. But when I did that, I went 5, flat 7, 1 to connect back to my 1 chord. So these licks can't exist in a vacuum, okay? But now we have 2. And I can go do that fast. Yeah, I'm doing 2 ones. Which, yeah. So I'm going thumb, index, thumb, middle. And then first finger. Thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb. Okay? Thumb, index, thumb, middle on that note, on that flat 3, 1. Okay, I can do it either way. 1, flat 7, 1, flat 3, 1. Or make it fancy. They both sound great. Come on. Right? So again, that's 1 lick. Put it on the 3 chord. So I'm going 2, flat 3, 5, 3. Right? You see how it's the same lick. It works on a 3 chord. It works on a 4 chord. I'm going to the note below the 1 of the chord. So the 1 of the 3 chord is the 3. Go down 1 note to the 2. Happens to be a half step in this case, but it's in the scale. So if I had that change, six chord, and you see how I altered it to get to the 5 and make it work? I'm taking the lick and I'm going to alter it as many ways as I can to make it fit in as many chords, because the reality is that a lick doesn't exist in a vacuum. It exists in the context of a scale. It exists in the context of a chord change. And so as I alter it to match my chords, this is how you play a song, right? The using a pattern, right? The X shape that is who talks about that? Troy talks about it a lot, I guess. But I didn't get that from Troy Brenningmeyer, by the way. Lessonswithtroy.com. He's phenomenal. I didn't get that from him. It lays out and makes sense. There's this area, and that's not a lick. I mean, it is. It's. So I'm going. So I'm basically doing what we were already doing. I'm combining the 2. I'm going. But I'm adding 1 more note. I'm adding the 4. So I'm going flat 7 1 3 1, and then 5 4 3 1. Okay, there's a lick. Let's do it slow. Add the top string, right? Or you see, each time I change it, it's still the same lick, but it keeps changing. So now, instead of learning one lick, you've learned a lick that fits everywhere, right? I can put that around the 3 chord. I can put it around the 4 chord. Put it around the 5 chord. Put it around the 6 chord. Put it around the 7 chord. Nope. And then back to the 1. Now, it's easier with the X shape because you have this nice little way to move as opposed to right, where these are all in a line. Right? There it is. Right, and then wherever it's gonna be. I'm taking the lick and I'm adjusting it and I'm adding it to different spots. So, let me see, does this have other changes? Then we go to a 4 here. I stay on the 1. Nope. Yeah. On the 5, 4, 1. Oh, 6, 5, 1. Okay. So that's cool. So the second half of that is 6, 5, 1. So let's grab that. All right, so now, check it out. This is a 6, 5, 1. So let's take that same lick. Okay? But now it's going to be... And the 5 in this case is major. So, if you look at our scale, the notes in the 5 chord are right here. 5, 7, and 2. 5 flat, 7, and 2. But I'm making the 5 chord major in this progression. So it makes it, on that chord, it makes it a 5, 7, major 7. That would go right here in this orange dot where there's nothing right now, 2. That's the reason I put the flats in here, right? 5, 7, 2 in minor is 5 flat, 7, 2. But I'm gonna use a natural 7. I do that a lot. In this case, we're going to, if you want to get really technical, we're going to harmonic minor for a bar. But all I'm doing is moving that 7. That's all I'm doing. And so, when we get to the second half of this track, you can see how it works, right? Check it out. Okay, I've taken that lick, that same lick that we already learned, and I've applied it to each chord. Okay? I'm going 5, and then the note below the 5. Okay? And then 3, 1. For each chord. So here's the 5 of the 6 chord. Happens to be a 3. And then the next note down in the scale is a 2. Okay? So that's that. In the 6 chord, in the 5 chord, which we've made major. And now you're hearing the changes because I've taken that lick, which happens to be outlining a chord-ish, and we're using it on each chord. Now, we can do the other one too. Okay? Yeah, that's cool. Check this out. So, hopefully we're starting to see that like learning a lick, I could just sit here and just teach you, oh, look at this lick, look at this lick, blah, 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 blah. But learning some ideas and then learning how to transfer them to different stuff is going to help you start to create movement that, while it's licks, makes sense in the context of the song. How do I play the right note? Well, the right note oftentimes exists within the chord changes. Okay? If it's just a 1, no, I think this one's just a 1. Let's see. I can keep making licks from rhythms. I didn't get outside of that X shape the whole time. It keeps. There's only 5 notes in a pentatonic scale. That's why penta. It's 5 notes. So trying to get too fancy, trying to get too like, oh, like it's not. The trick is the rhythms. The trick is I can take that, right? I can move it everywhere. Ah, that wasn't right. That's not it. There it is. I got distracted, and then and then I can do the 5 chord. So that'd be what, 7 2 5. No, 2 7 5. Right? 1 4 1 6 4. 5 3 1. Camera's about to overheat again. I'm gonna finish with this. So you're seeing how we're taking it. It's all about the rhythm. I take those 3 notes. It would make way more sense for me to sit there and play the rhythm for each chord. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna let the camera cool down. We're doing one more thing. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. All right. So one last thing. This is okay. We've talked a lot about licks, but the main thing really is knowing how to navigate where you are. So let's take 3 notes. The 3, the 3, the 5, and the 1, right? This track, okay, so this track is just the 1 chord. So I can take the 3 5 1 and I can try to make it do as much as I want. This is where licks come from, frankly. So I want to use these 3 notes, and I want to really focus on rhythm. Okay. Well, there's that. It's in a different key, but there's that beginning of Soul Shine, right? 1 3 3 1 5. It's a different key. It's a little bit different, but taking the different. Look at that cool lick. Let's try to find as many different things as we can with just those 3 notes. Right? Playing 1 note over and over again. Okay. Then take those 3 notes and move them somewhere else. Take that 3 5 1. 5 3 1 right there. Same thing. I missed. Different spot. it's going to start making you get creative with the notes, because the reality is the pentatonic scale only has 5 notes. I can start adding notes. Okay, now let's make it the, 5, 4, 3 and the 1. Okay, but now we have 4 of the 5 notes of the scale. And then it's like, well, let's add the 7 too, because it's right there. Well, now we have all the notes, and we're back to just trying to play the scale up and down as fast as we can. Taking specific sets of notes and then change it up, right? Make it the 4, the 3, and the 1. Make it the 5, the 3, and the 4. Take different sets of notes and play it just around the D. And then you can start expanding to playing it around the other chords as they change. So we have some licks, and I've shown you how to take the licks and move them into different keys, or into different chords rather, so that they all fit in the same key. But mostly finding your own licks, finding your own voice, finding the stuff that comes from here as opposed to from here, so that you end up playing like you, as opposed to like me, or like Troy, or like Derek Trucks, or whoever, because they've already done that. And this is about playing music and expressing yourself. So I hope this was helpful. Please, like and subscribe and share in the comments and do all the stuff, because all that stuff makes me, gets me more views instead of like 211 or whatever on the learning by ear video. Y'all, come on, let's learn by ear. Let's do it. Thanks for hanging.